This journey is very close to my heart. This guy is one of the most genius I have seen in a long time. He was prepared at least 2 months back, but he wanted to give exam in center, and in Saudi Arabia there was no date available. So we booked the exam and we slowly kept on moving. Yesterday was an interesting day. When I woke up, since my batch is going on, so I woke up almost at 1 or 2 p.m. and I checked my first message. I was checking his message. I found it. It was 3 minutes long audio message. Now he knows that I don't like that much audio. If you, I immediately call you back. But since it was his exam, and even if I listen to audio, I listen it on 2x speed because I can listen very fast. I have developed that ability. But I was listening his audio at a very low speed, less than one, because I was listening for a word, congratulations or not. He explained the entire thing and did not say that. Then I called him back and asked him, man, what is the result? And he told me I did not get it. The PMI did not share. Now I was confused because the same time, do you know Justin gave the exam?
Yeah, I just saw that.
Justin also was giving the exam the same time in Germany. He got the paper. You did not. Now that was very no panic thing for me because in my mind, if you did not pass, then they'd have, and your feedback was the same that the exam has been very challenging. So I was kind of very frightened. But yesterday, when it came, I look aside and yes, you cleared the exam. I'm very happy. Why don't you share your journey, brother, in your own way? Go ahead.
Yes, I would like to do that. Thank you so much for your coaching and your supervision throughout the journey. Well, uh, my journey started based on the push from my close friend Imran Haider and my elder brother, who were pushing me to pursue this certification. And even I myself was interested to pursue this. And then I started searching for different teachers or different options available. So generally, after feedback was that once you give the fees and once you attend the classes, that's it. Your relation ends. And then that was not convincing for me. So then Mr. Imran told me about you and your follow-up, especially. He said you will be tired the way you will get the follow-up. And really, I must appreciate your follow-up approach. And sometimes it is annoying, but obviously you are doing all this to for our betterment. So I must thank to you for your follow-up approach and your overall approach. Plus, the most convincing part of your program was that money back guarantee, which I like most, and the teaching approach, like especially RCA, mind mapping plus simulator, that was too good for anybody. And one more thing, since I did graduation 17 years back, and there was no so much relation with the books, so I wanted to appear in exam without reading the book, and that was also a main factor, and we did it. Thanks to you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, Raja, now let's talk about the context of the exam. I will come to other things later on. Why don't you share about the things about exam? How was the exam? Which part was difficult? How did you manage time? Things like that. And starting actually, because one of my student had a challenge, his name was not matching and he has to reschedule exam. So starting when you reach the center, how
Mhm.
the things were, the entire go through, please.
Okay, so when I reserved the exam, I was having the same problem. When I got the slip, the name was not matching. So then I contacted PMI support center to rectify this, and within 2 3 hours they did this correction. Okay, yesterday my session was scheduled at 9, so I reached their center at 8 o'clock in the morning, and center was not yet open. I have to wait 30 minutes, and then center open. You show them your identity, like your passport or ikama, and then they take your snap to ensure that we are doing exam with the same guy. Then they issue you, then they allocate you a computer where you do some preliminary instruction. 7 or 10 minutes instruction was there, and then you start the exam. Okay, once you finish the exam, I will go into details of the exam. Once you finish the exam, then that guy said, okay, Masalam, you can go. After 2 hours, you will get a report. But in my case, I submitted around 1:30, something like that, and I got 2 a.m. in the morning next day. So there was like 12 hours gap. Now going back towards how to manage time inside the exam, like as we discussed during the class session and videos, that let's divide the whole exam in 3 sections, right? So since generally it is a field that first session is more tough, second is relatively less, and third is relatively less. So for the first session, I allocated 80 minutes, and for second and third session, I allocated 75 minutes. So when in the first session, I was about to reach 80 minutes, like you know that the time is in reverse counting, so that means 230 minus 80, that means 150. So I was like 152 remaining, and I was able to finish the first 60. Then I took the break for 10 minutes, and I did some walk to keep my blood circulation normal. I had some water and then did some exercise there in the restroom, and then I came back. Second session, same target was 75 minutes, and I was able to meet that 75 minute. Now in the third section, your battery little bit goes down. So when I was 10 minutes remaining, I was having 12 question in hand. So at first I thought, let's just read the answers and then click the best option. But I said, then I thought it is too early to do that. I can do that at last 5 minutes. So then I keep on moving, and it was 4 minutes remaining when I was having 5 questions. So then I selected that option uh, to go with the more convincing statement. Then I selected first all 5, and then I started reading them again. So good thing was that when I attempted doing it again, so I was able to reach the last question as well. So this is how I manage the time.
So
Like I would say I was running short.
if you can summarize the first section, how many minutes? Second section, how many minutes? And third section, how many minutes?
First section was 78 minute. I was able to finish in 78 minute. Second section, I would say 75 minute, and rest was I was having a little 72 minute, but my personal battery was bit down, so that's why it took more time.
Okay, now I want to talk about this battery, why it was down. Although you did 6 full mocks, you did 6 full mocks of 180 question. So why it was the case?
Actually,
And give the answer,
another thing I would like to
Raja,
mention over
give
here.
the answer in the context so that other people can, their battery don't go down. Okay, in that context. Okay,
Yeah.
help me.
Okay. The first thing was that first I will like to mention, while I was practicing at home, I was doing in full stretch to increase my stamina. I was trying to do 180 in one sitting, and I was able to do that in 210, 220, something like that. So once you go to real exam, obviously you have a certain pressure that this is a do and die situation for you. And for me, the most disturbing thing, or which put my battery down, was that I was expecting third section will be very easy, so I was bit relaxed. So 1, 2, 3, I did up to 10, and I thought there is no easy question going to come. So I then gear up my pace. So then I could not meet 100%, but actually my expectation was the reason. I was expecting I will be having one-liner question, but it was not like that.
Okay, so what was the average length of the questions?
Okay, average length, I would say it falls between 3 to 4 liner, average throughout the average. Okay, there was
Yeah, please continue.
Okay, so there were some questions like which were one-liner, but this was pick and drop option. You have 4 buttons at left side and 4 at right side. You have to match that. So in one-liner, I was having that sort of matching. So obviously that takes time. Overall length, I would say 3 to 4, or majority was 3 to 4, and some were 4 to 5 liner, even up to 6, 8 liner as well were there. But very few, I would say less than 10 or maybe 10.
Hmm.
Majority of the question were 3 to 4 liner. But this happened like if your question statement you feel like three, then your option is bit long. Like you have to spend time in like you have to use the elimination technique, right? So to
Hmm.
do that, first you have to understand thoroughly the options, and then you knock out, okay, this can never be, this can never be, and then you do tie between the two, and then you select the best as per your judgment.
Hmm.
So this is the
Okay. Okay. Which area was mostly targeted in the exam?
okay, that assumption or that basis which we adopted, that majority or question will be from agile, communication, team, right? That was and stakeholder, that was 100% valid. I would say my 70 to 80% question were from agile, and the rest were from team, communication, and stakeholder management.
Hmm.
So these like types of organization or time management, this was not touched in that.
Hmm. Okay. Okay. That is an interesting thing to understand, that how the question or the context. Acha. This was an important thing. So I'm going to ask you an interesting question, because batch 11 is coming here. Yesterday they completed Agile and team. So they have done so far fundamental, stakeholder, communication, team, and Agile. Now I'm going to ask you
Yeah, so
a
I would
interesting
say
question.
they're done.
If they can go and just prepare that, they can clear the exam, right?
Yes, 110% I would agree with this basis, that if you have a full grip in those 4 area, you can go into the exam and you can pass very easily.
You can pass easily. Okay, let's talk about my favorite topic. What about risk? How much questions were from risk, quality?
Uh, in the risk, I just had one section that was just to drag and drop option was there, that
Hmm.
you have this situation, which risk methodology you will adopt, and all that stuff.
Hmm.
Like as you will accept it or you will avoid it, blah blah blah. These sort of like based on situation, you have to decide which option you would like to go with.
Hmm. Hmm. Okay.
And
Okay.
r-
Okay.
risk overall only one was there. One or two maximum, I can say.
Okay. Okay. That is important. Okay. What can you give advice to those people? Okay. Consider yourself like you see people at a graduation ceremony giving things to the new graduates. This is almost the same thing. So, what would be your advice to those people who are preparing for the exam?
Okay. Yeah. First of all, I would say to them that you are in very safe hand, right? I personally follow theory of X. So when I'm meeting some people, so I follow theory of X. But I would say like you are in very safe and just follow the instruction, just follow the program, and I would say you are a future PMP certified guys. And the most important thing is like the last day or second last day, like I would say last week, you want to grasp all the things in very short time, right? For
Hmm.
that purpose, I would say keep your mind maps which you are creating during the class with you. That will be very good stuff to revise in very short duration of time. Plus this mind map should be with you to revise on the last day. And except mind map, I would say like this last
Root cause
video
analysis.
which you share. Yeah, root cause analysis is your continuous development, I would say. Like you should be talking to yourself while you are attempting that why you are rejecting this option, and if you are choosing the option, why you are choosing it. Because this thing will help you a lot during the exam. So talk to yourself while you are attempting the question, and I would say don't go to the next section as long as you have not done the RC of the previous section.
I
That
will,
is
I
very much
will,
important.
I want to put these words in bold for all of you. Don't go to the next section till you have done the RCA of that. Okay. Thank you
Yeah.
very much,
I
Raja.
remember,
Yeah, tell me.
thank
Go.
you. I just have one thing I would like to add. We had some discussion during the preparation time. I had the feedback, don't waste the question. It was from your side. And I totally agree with you. If you do a section and you don't do RCA, you are wasting the next question which you are attempting. So don't waste the question, because once you know the question, right, 50% information is already in your hand. So if you come next time, you are not able to judge yourself or analyze yourself. So focus on whatever you have done. Like, I would say, how you do is more better than what you do. So how you do, that is more important. Maintain the quality, and that can be only maintained if you do RCA, reasoning why you are rejecting and why you are selecting. Since you have to reject three answer and you have to select one, so your rejection skill shall also be very strong.
Hmm. Okay, thank you. Guys, this is a guy who cleared PMP. I especially asked him to come there so that he can motivate. I know with question answer solving and 2 heavy days, you guys may have been feeling a little bit down. So this guy just cleared PMP. I'm sure he can motivate you. He can guide you into that way. Just to put summary what he has said, one most important thing is do the root cause analysis of every topic. Don't move forward. Don't like do the questions randomly, solve the question properly, and work into that way. If you have any question that you would like to ask him, this guy is that like he got the scorecard today. So if you have any question, please feel free to ask him. More than we will be more than happy to answer whatever the question. You just raise your hand and we can ask. You can ask any question. Okay, Raja, any critical path question or any formula questions? No.
No, no, no.
No. Two drag and drop questions.
Yeah, I was having two drag and drop, yes.
Two drag and drop questions. Ji Jawad sir, go ahead.
Raja, when you started this course, when you did the first two quizzes or two, three quizzes, what were the marks you were getting? Because the marks which I'm getting, I'm really ashamed to tell it to sir that, sir, you are teaching me this and I'm getting these low marks. I'm doing the root
Sir,
cause analysis, but I'm really, I have no face to tell him that I got these marks.
I can tell you, Raja.
okay.
I can still tell. Raja, go ahead. Go ahead. Raja, go ahead. Go ahead. Tell him.
Okay, I would say, like, in the first, I was also between like 50 to 60%. And even at that time, I was getting appreciation. Very well done, Raja. And the moment I was growing, and even sometime it comes, I'm producing 76%. And then Mr. Amir will say, I'm not happy with the result. So initially, if your score is less, that is not to worry about, right? Thing is, whatever you do, just keep on improving yourself. And the day will come, you will touch 75, 76, and your mentor will say, no, I need more. So keep on improving. That is the
Oh,
key.
RCA is the key.
Jawad,
RCA is the key, and plus let's say, keep your notes that while you will be going for exam, you should have small notes, not too much like write-ups, but very key points. You should be very clear that if I have this situation, right? So what is the solution? I'd like to open a secret. Before going to exam, you will be getting one short summary from Mr. Amir. That will be very helpful for you to appear in the exam. And that is like, I would say, extract of the PMP you will get one day before. Nothing before time and nothing after time.
think some
Thank
things
you.
are there.
Thank you,
Okay,
Raja.
Jawad, his stakeholder
Thank you, Raja.
scores were 23 out of 37. Okay, yeah,
Huh.
I have that part, Raja. Okay, so and,
Sir,
and his score is actually more than people. Normally, my students have 10 or 12 score in stakeholder. Okay, it does not matter. You are starting, it is normal to get 20%, 30%. But if you do the root cause analysis, then you will improve. That is the most important thing. That is a bottom line that we need to understand here. Okay? Yeah. Okay.
Yes. Ji.
Binsi,
Thank
go
you,
ahead.
sir.
Sure. Binsi, go ahead.
Yeah, first of all, congrats, Raja. Well done, and
Thank you.
for your hard work and dedication from sir. Quick question. So, were the questions from your mock questions ever repeated? Did you feel like that, or it was like every random kind of a thing, a new question that you used to face?
Okay, I would say, like, obviously, those questions are secret questions. Like, nobody's, we have a lot of students working with Mr. Amir, but since before attempting the question, we signed an agreement that we will not disclose this question to anybody. So we will not disclose. But I would say, like, pattern or trend is same, which you have in the simulator, but obviously wording or situation is different. So,
Okay.
but pattern is same. Pattern is same.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Pattern is same. Okay. Anyone else has any question that they would like to ask to Raja? I will be more than happy to answer that. The bottom line here is, guys, keep moving forward. There was days, even
Exactly.
in the last week, I said something to Raja. So even in that day, that's so funny. He got, I guess, 70% or something. I said, it's a very bad score. Why didn't you do the root cause analysis? Then after 1 hour, he did a mock, he got 85%. He told me I did the entire mock in anger that you immediately get angry at me. The thing is that what matters most is the bottom line. I told you guys, you will be happy at the end of the day, and he's happy. That is the most important. Raja, now it comes the most important thing from my side, and that is always each one teach one. Each one teach one is the name of the game. Okay, you have done it, you have crossed the line, but you know there are a lot of students in our sessions, in our groups, that may need your help from the question answers, things like that. Whatever help you can do, of course, if you can bring some students, that will be awesome. But but each one teach one is the mantra of the game. At least one person should help another person, and if we keep moving better, we can improve the entire thing. And I am expecting 10 questions from you for the PMP
Yeah.
marathon. I will be using that. Okay, you know that you have attended PMP marathon. You know that very well.
Yes.
Okay, so please try to make them whenever you have time. Thank you very much, Raja.
All right.
And
Thanks to you, and thanks to your super program.
thank you.
Okay, sir. Thank you, everybody. Best of luck for your upcoming exams.
Thank you.
Thumbs up.
Okay, guys.